Tonight, how police hunted down the suspect. And final splash, the big thrill and even bigger controversy, where the killer whale show at SeaWorld is coming to an end.
This is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas. And as we come on the air tonight, deadly storms landing a 1-2 punch across America this weekend. Cars and trucks skidding off highways, drivers trapped in heavy snow. 2/3 of the country with snow on the ground right now, and millions on the West Coast bracing for flooding and possible landslides. Northern California's Napa River on the rise. Weather alerts across 10 states tonight. ABC's Adrian Bankert starts us off.
That winter storm dumping ice and snow from the Carolinas all the way to Maine, now turning deadly, claiming at least 4 lives. Treacherous conditions triggering massive accidents like this 20-car pileup in Connecticut.
All I saw was like destruction behind me. I was obviously freaked out and shocked myself.
In Alabama, cars skidding helplessly off of icy roads. The storm dumping as much as 20 inches of snow near Cape Cod, cars buried. Air traffic backed up too. More than 4,000 flights canceled, 8,000 delays over the weekend.
We were finally allowed to board that plane, only to find out the crew discovered the water system had frozen overnight.
Many disappointed they didn't make it out on time.
I wanted to meet my grandson and be at his christening. And I'm going to miss that.
And it's not over yet for weary travelers. With many cities seeing temperatures well below freezing, roads will refreeze tonight. Tom?
Adrian, thank you. The second major system is in the west, the major storm slamming the coast, and some areas bracing for possibly the worst flooding in years. ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano in St. Helena, California.
Tonight, extreme weather carving a deadly path up the west coast. Heavy rain swamping California, stranding drivers, firefighters having to use their bare hands to get this SUV upright. This taxi in Oakland sliding off the road into an estuary. The driver, pulled from the car, would later die. Yosemite National Park closed. A mandatory evacuation issued as the Sierra River rises too.
Makes me a little nervous, gives me a little anxiety.
Residents stacking sandbags and bracing for major flash flooding and mudslides. Overnight, slides already blocking the highway into Santa Cruz.
The atmospheric river has arrived here and the rain has just been relentless all day long.
And the winds to 61 miles per hour in San Francisco. Trees toppling into rooftops in nearby Marin County. And in San Ramon, one woman killed by a tree on a golf course.
I thought you would hear it or, you would see something.
Like this tree falling on the road we were traveling on.
We grabbed it.
The same storm spreading ice over Oregon, turning I-5 into a skating rink. Roads there littered with jackknife semis.
And Rob Marciano joins us from one of those flooded vineyards out there in Napa Valley. Rob, what's the latest with the forecast?
Well, Tom, this is a warm system, so it'll eventually turn that snow in Oregon into rain, but it is raising these rivers quickly. The Napa River way over there has come up 12 feet in just 12 hours, and there's more rain coming. Look at this satellite picture, curling up and tapping moisture all the way to Hawaii. This atmospheric river continues to pour rain into the area, and the snow only at the highest elevation. So look at the future radar, and we'll see the rain continue to push south into Los Angeles. But watch Tuesday, another system coming in. Could be just as strong as far as the wind is concerned. It'll be a little bit colder, but rain, another half a foot expected. So this isn't going away anytime soon.
Rob Marciano for us tonight. Rob, thank you. Next tonight, new images of the deadly airport shooting in Fort Lauderdale the moment it started. Video obtained by TMZ showing the suspect walking through baggage claim, and you see him pulling out his handgun, appearing to fire at random. 5 people killed, the alleged gunman due in court tomorrow. And now his family says the FBI could have prevented the shooting, suggesting authorities missed the warning signs. Tonight, what our chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross is finding out about that alleged shooter and ISIS.
The attack came without warning, as seen on this airport surveillance video obtained by TMZ. 26-year-old Esteban Santiago pulls out his pistol and opens fire. Passengers run for cover as Santiago moves out of camera range through the baggage claim section, where police say he emptied his 9mm semi-automatic handgun and then reloaded once, killing 5 people and injuring 6 more. Tonight, the question is why a man who told the FBI he was hearing voices about ISIS, thought the government had put a chip in his head, was able to keep his gun even after being hospitalized for a mental examination.
The gun was taken away from him, but is given back after he was cleared.
A question put to the Broward County Sheriff, Scott Israel.
Do you think he should have had that gun?
Well, no.
There are also questions tonight why FBI agents in Anchorage, Alaska, did not put Santiago on a no-fly list after he showed up there claiming he was hearing voices.
I want to be clear. During our initial investigation, we found no ties to terrorism.
But after being arrested Friday, Santiago claimed to FBI agents he actually had been in contact with ISIS online. And now, after recovering Santiago's computer from an Alaska pawn shop, FBI agents are investigating whether he created a jihadist identity for himself several years ago under the name of Ashik Hamad. Santiago's brother in Puerto Rico told ABC News the FBI should have done more sooner. The mistake was theirs, said Brian Santiago. They knew this for 2 or 3 months.
Brian Ross joins us on set now. Brian, what do we know about the alleged shooter and his planning process for this attack?
Well, Tom, authorities tell ABC News tonight that Santiago only made his plans to go to Fort Lauderdale a few days ago. He bought his one-way $278 ticket just last Tuesday, telling members of his family he was going to visit a stepbrother in Fort Lauderdale. Tom.
Brian Ross for us tonight. Brian, thank you. And we're now learning much more about the victims. The names and faces of some of those killed in the shooting revealed tonight, caught in the frightening moments when gunshots first sounded and the airport erupted in total chaos. Here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim.
Most of the victims came to South Florida to celebrate on vacation, including 84-year-old Olga Woldering from Marietta, Georgia, the great-grandmother with her husband of 64 years, Ralph, the couple celebrating his 90th birthday with a cruise. He survived.
They were such a wonderful pair, and they meant the world to all of us.
Michael Omi, 57, from Council Bluffs, Iowa, killed just feet from his wife, Carrie.
She was looking through him just more than 2 feet away, trying to console her and just talking with her to kind of keep her from further going in shock, because she was bleeding pretty good.
Also among the dead, Terry Andreas from Virginia Beach, celebrating his 62nd birthday with a cruise, and 70-year-old Shirley Timmons from Senecaville, Ohio. A black curtain covering the baggage claim where this attack unfolded. Tonight, the sheriff's still looking for answers about the shooting.
Do you guys have any idea why he chose South Florida? Why Fort Lauderdale? Does he have a connection here?
As I speak to you now, I don't know of any connection he has with South Florida. I can't answer that question.
Tonight, 5 people are still in the hospital, 4 gunshot wound victims, 2 are in critical condition. Tom?
We hope they all recover. All right, Eva, thank you. Overseas tonight in the deadly truck attack in Jerusalem, now blamed on ISIS. New video showing the driver plowing into a group of Israeli soldiers, killing 4, including 3 women. The suspect taken down by police, and now the terror group staging similar assaults using trucks in Germany and France. ABC's Molly Hunter in Jerusalem.
The surveillance video showing that white truck barreling into the group of soldiers, crushing bodies, young cadets on a Sunday outing.
I hear my soldiers shouting and screaming. I'm just seeing a truck that went on the side road and hitting the soldiers.
Now, just off this busy road, you can actually see the tire tracks right here. This is where the truck hopped the curb, ran into that crowd of 100 people, reversed, hit the gas, and plowed through more people.
The crowd scrambling for safety. The 4 cadets killed, all in their 20s, 17 more hospitalized. The attacker, a Palestinian, shot dead, his truck riddled with return fire from Israeli soldiers. These killings similar to recent truck terror attacks in Nice last July and the Christmas market in Berlin. Prime Minister Netanyahu visiting the scene, suggesting the attacker was inspired by ISIS, although no claim of responsibility has been made.
Authorities stressing that truck attacks have been carried out here before. They believe no planning went into this one, making the attack near the heart of the city impossible to prevent. Tom?
Molly Hunter from Jerusalem tonight. Molly, thank you. There's also breaking news in the shooting of an American diplomat in Mexico. The suspect is now in custody. The shooting caught on camera. A U.S. State Department employee wounded by the bullet, piercing the windshield of his car. ABC's Gloria Riviera on the young diplomat and his first assignment.
Tonight, after a multi-agency manhunt, Mexican authorities are questioning this man,
caught on camera in a cold-blooded murder attempt on a U.S. diplomat in Guadalajara, a region known for drug trafficking and violence. Surveillance video shows the unidentified shooter seemingly stalking his victim, 31-year-old consular officer Christopher Ashcraft.
The three key potential scenarios here are, one, the shooter had a personal beef, or it could have been gang-related, or this could be related to some sort of a terrorist act.
Ashcraft is seen at a kiosk, the alleged attacker following him outside. Police say that same man then positioned himself at the exit. As Ashcraft drives up, the suspect pulls his gun and fires.
This is not something that a trained assassin would do. A trained assassin would shoot from a position where nobody could see his face.
Ashcraft is hit in the shoulder, bystanders rushing to his aid. Tonight, Secretary of State John Kerry thanking Mexico for the swift and decisive arrest of the suspect in this heinous attack.
Ashcraft is in stable condition. He's recovering at a local hospital. He does have protection. Authorities still saying they do not have a motive. Tom?
Gloria, thank you. Back here at home, and President-elect Donald Trump's transition, confirmation hearings beginning this week. Democrats complaining ethic reviews on nominees have yet to be completed. The Trump team still sending out mixed signals about whether they believe Russia was behind the hacking of the election. Here's ABC's David Wright.
Senate Republicans have put Donald Trump's cabinet picks on such a fast track, some of them haven't been fully vetted. The confirmation hearings set to begin Tuesday with the nominees for Attorney General and Homeland Security. On Wednesday, there'll be 5 more. This weekend, a top government ethics official warned lawmakers the pace is putting undue pressure on investigators. 8 years ago, Republican leader Mitch McConnell insisted Obama's cabinet picks be fully vetted, all background checks and financial disclosures complete before their hearings. Now, he's accusing the Democrats of sour grapes.
So all of these little procedural complaints are related to their frustration at having not only lost the White House, but having lost the Senate. I understand that, but we need to sort of grow up here and get past that.
This weekend, Trump chose former Senator Dan Coats to serve as Director of National Intelligence. Coats, a popular former protege of Vice President Dan Quayle, would replace James Clapper, the retired Air Force general who briefed the president-elect Friday on intelligence that Russian hackers sought to influence the November election. Even after that briefing, Trump didn't seem to buy that. In a tweet this weekend, Trump blamed the victim. Gross negligence by the Democratic National Committee allowed the hacking to take place. No mention of Putin at all. President Obama told George Stephanopoulos that Trump is about to learn there's a big difference between campaigning and governing.
As soon as you walk into this office after you've been sworn in, you're now in charge of the largest organization on earth. You can't manage it the way you would manage a family business.
Trump's team is confident they have the votes needed to get all of their nominees confirmed. And as for concerns that the process is being rushed, well, they say they want an administration that's ready from day one. Tom?
All eyes on Washington this week. All right, David, thank you. President Obama had plenty more to say in his exclusive one-on-one with George Stephanopoulos. Mr. Obama acknowledging living in the White House may have misread the strength of Mr. Trump's supporters.
The bubble's the bubble. And I think we've done a pretty good job staying in touch with the American people, but at a certain point, you can't help but lose some feel for what's on the ground because you're not on the ground. And
you didn't think Donald Trump could win?
Case in point. So that tells me that there's a utility in the democracy refreshing itself on an ongoing basis.
President Obama with our George Stephanopoulos. President-elect Trump takes office in 12 days. Moving on now to SeaWorld and the final splash in San Diego, the park's last killer whale performance today. The long-running show ending after years of controversy and falling attendance. The final orca performance coming days after the death of the whale featured in the documentary Blackfish. SeaWorld will eventually replace the attraction with an educational experience for visitors, still featuring the whales. And there's much more ahead here as we continue on World News Tonight this Sunday. The unexpected violent showdown erupting suddenly among inmates inside a jail. The tense moments all caught on camera. Taking Uber to court, a woman now paralyzed, raising new questions